Yeah.
All right, here we go, Adrian. I know it's a weird day. It's a weird time. Like everything feels a little off, but we are live.
Yesterday was Monday.
Yesterday was Monday. Today is
somehow
Wednesday. I don't know what's happening. And it's 10 o'clock. It's not a time we normally go live. So we got to push this out and get some folks in here because we don't know what we're doing here.
Just when I was getting used to going, doing our new time on Monday, we have to.
Yeah, I know. So I'm sending out some messages here, getting some folks in here. I think just sent to one of our group chats live now. Okay. And I'm really excited though, because we have Chaskin and Nathan, we believe, is also coming from DevConnect to talk about what's going to be happening in Argentina in November. So very exciting. Let's make sure we're live somewhere because like nobody's watching right now. Oh, maybe they're watching in the mini app.
Everybody's in the mini app. Want to know?
Would you like the mini app?
Want to know how many people get push notifications to our mini app?
How many? That's a good point.
I'm going to go check. So I just sent out a notification using our home-built podcasting tools. But now I'm going to, what's up, David and Braden?
All right, we got some folks in here. All right.
But I can use the awesome Nanar Dev Tools and Dev Dashboard. Shout out, Nanar. We love you. And
it's okay, so it's DevCon on Twitter. So I'm tagging them.
No, it's something else on Twitter, I think.
867
people are getting notifications. Where are you people?
Get in here.
But probably they're the ones, everybody ignores channel notifications because I'm not and then now the mini app notifications, there's way too many. All right, Cowabunga, Tracy, Red Wings, and Yes to Crypto. Red Wings, I have no beef with you, but I do want to thank you for sending me. Do you know what I'm talking about? He sent me a MP3 that I meant to clip up that I had to add as a new sound effect.
Oh, hey, we have a whole bunch of new sound effects, by the way.
We do?
I don't know if you noticed that. We have, they didn't save. I thought I added them in here, but we have new sound effects as well in here that were added by StreamYard. So including a gong. So we can be like, I don't know. No idea.
What would we even use that for?
What would the gong do? Is that what you're asking? Are you asking what would the gong do?
What would the gong do?
What would the gong do? And we also have applause intense. In case we want to do that. And I'm just going to pull up one more. And we can add our own sounds too, which we always could. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. We should gong at 29 minutes to remind us it's time to be done.
That's good. All right, let's actually get started. We're going to throw on our intro. We're going to tweet some things out, and we will be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, plus a chat with the folks from DevConnect, or DevCon, I should say, but also DevConnect. So we're going to be talking about DevConnect that's coming up in November in Argentina that Adrian is going to be attending. So very exciting. Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, we were playing with some sounds before we took that a little intro, and let me see if there's any more that I want to grab before we start. I think that's good. Oh, maybe a train whistle in case we have a choo-choo situation. There we go. Oh, Warby probably does not know what I teach. So I teach, I've been teaching in the School of Entrepreneurship for a while at Florida Gulf Coast University. And while I was there full time, I created a course on blockchain that I started in January of 2022. So when I left to just go part time, I still teach that one class because, frankly, nobody else can. So it was either I teach it or it goes away, and I didn't want it to go away. So I still teach that once a week, and we are off this week because I teach on Mondays. Thought it was Tuesdays, but it's Mondays. So we didn't have class this week, but they do have some assignments, and they will hopefully, once we get back next Monday, I'll get them sort of hopping on more onto Farcaster. I didn't quite get them all set up, so I wanted to make sure they were all set up before we did that. So you'll see them shortly. But anyway, that's what I teach. And I teach it from not a like computer science perspective, obviously, because that's not my deal, but from like a builder, what can you do with this technology perspective? So there you go. All righty.
But you could teach it from a computer science perspective now after the summer.
No,
thanks
not
to
quite.
Thanks to Linda.
Thank you, Linda, but no, not quite. I will not claim that in any way, shape, or form, because that would be ridiculous. All right, we've got a little news to get to before we jump in to our chat with the DevConnect team. So Dan's locking in. Dan's locking in. He's locking in now, and he's locking in until Christmas.
At his desk.
At his desk. Back at my desk until Christmas. LFG. So there you go. By the way, after we talked about that yesterday, I saw so many casts about locking in.
Everyone's locked in.
Everyone's locked in. Everyone's locked in. Or they're planning to be locked in October. I did see a couple of those too.
Some people are not locking in yet.
They're not ready yet. They're not ready.
Me. Watch out, October though.
You weren't alone. So some people are locking in, some people are waiting, but things are happening. And along with that,
by the way, can I just
funny.
For some perspective, I don't remember Dan ever taking vacation.
I don't think he ever he has, but he's always still casted a lot while he was on vacation.
He's always casted. He's always and he
like
also
a full time off. Yeah.
Yeah. He's also in that, he's got lots of young kids. So even when you're on vacation, what are you doing? You're going to grandma's house so you can sleep sleep until 8:30. It's
that's usually what I think they've done is, they've gone, family homes and things like that. I think this might be the first time he's done a totally offline vacation since we've been on Farcaster. So
I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. But now, because we got worried he wasn't coming back.
Yeah, now it's time. Now that's why he's saying officially locking in. And this just cracked me up. This weird, it's sufficiently decentralized Christian rap social network with 37 users. A lot of interest in toe spacers and CO2 monitors. Obsessed with leaderboards. Interesting. There you go. That sums it up. So we've only had since yesterday. This is why we don't do this every day. Although it would be 29 minutes if we did. Probably. Profile tokens are now live in the Farcaster app. So we now have profile tokens. This was, we talked about this already, that it was coming. So you can now set a token as your profile token from the menu options on the token screen. Very easy to do. Just go into edit your profile and you can add that if you like. It doesn't have to be your own creator token or anything like that. It can be any token that you choose. If we look at the horse, as a matter of fact, I believe he still has Weth. I think Weth is his profile token, if I remember correctly.
It's
yep, there it
yes.
is. Yep. And he also works at the post office. And you have yours as wrapped BTC or no?
I do not.
Okay, I thought maybe you did.
No, I did not. If you engage with my casts, you will be buying yourself some wrapped Coinbase wrapped BTC through co-build. But there's only one token I show on my profile, and it's Oy vey. Too many.
Oy vey. No,
it's
you didn't.
Oy.
I love it.
It is the quintessential Adrian's face. LOL. We're doing profile tokens. Oy. Oy. Okay, that's it.
That's lovely. Mine is my Nounish Prof one, but I might have to switch it up on occasion to other things. And I am open to that as well, if you incentivize me. I'm trying to bring up your profile and it's moving slow and we're getting some lag again. Yay, have fun. Okay, forget it. I'm not going to yours. We're moving on. Good to go check out people's profile tokens. Oh, by the way, Oy vey, I hold 18.
Oy vey holds $18 worth, which I don't know if you know this.
That's a lot.
But 18 is a symbolic number in Judaism.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
it is cool. And Oy vey is like classic Yiddish, so
yeah,
I assume that's why the 18. Thank you.
I love it. And then I just totally forgot what I was going to say, but something about profile tokens. Oh, Toady already wants a leaderboard for who is which tokens are shared on profiles the most. We can wonder why he wants a leaderboard for that.
Okay. I actually think what they should do is also anytime someone does a swap from your profile, Merkle should give you the fees.
Oh, interesting.
Or split the fees, whatever. But
there's like almost no fees on some of them though. Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, but just pennies. Give me a penny.
Pennies. Yeah,
for shilling Oy vey.
For shilling it. That's funny. I'd be curious to see if like people start incentivizing in some way for people to put them on a profile. So we'll see. I'm sure it's coming.
Curiosity, you do not need to be curious about this. It will happen. It probably already has happened. I was wondering if people, just like sell their spot.
Yeah, sell your profile token.
Yeah,
it'll happen for sure. I'm open to it.
I guess for GM Farcaster, we do sponsorships, so we can sponsor that spot for.
That's true.
Orgs that have tokens, we can include our GM Farcaster profile token slot.
That's true. We haven't. That's actually a good idea for our sponsors.
Merkle should match the trade up to 1% and burn it. That is the most.
That's such a DeFi thing to say.
I was going to say degen thing to say, but yeah,
degen thing to say. Very degen, very DeFi. Getting really complicated. All right, moving on. Couple things. This from our friend Brad Q. Rewards leaderboard results. Oh, ladies, 8 of top 10, 13 of top 20. The people returned the OG Vibe Queen to the top spot. Erica, number 1 after hiatus. Keckers is starting to look like Fairway Jesus. If you know, you know. Taking another runner-up finish, and that's better than those 11 and 12 finishes. Moonpappy and Burtworst broke up the inclination to take the whole top 10 at 5 and 6, but with Assistant 1 doing much of the help for Bert, it's like half the leaderboard spot to the lady. Anyway, offline slipped back into the top 10 at number 10 this week. Down the leaderboard, Shaw Makes Magic. We're going to talk more about that in just a minute. Just misses top 10 at 11, but highest finished. Bombay Malayala is number 21, highest ever, I think, for them. Gab Brioche writes apartment renovation videos to a debut at 26. Plus, Lamb Chop slips into the top 30 at 29. Meme coveted 69 goes to, drum roll. Oh, shoot. Quick, hit the drum roll. Lost Photos. Taco Unit. We're always watching. That's a gong.
That's too long, by the way.
It's way too long.
It's way too long.
Yeah,
Apologies,
way
everyone.
too
You had to
long.
listen to that.
We had to just figure things out. So it was Los Fomos Taco. We were always watching the first timers and new tiers achieved to celebrate with folks. So congratulations to all of those in the top 10, top 20, top whatever. If you got any kind of reward, congratulations. You are in the top 5,000 people on this social network. And that's pretty impressive. So there you go. Moving on. This from Yes to Crypto. How come many apps that have notification style sounds don't honor a phone's sound vibration setting? For example, the QR app started making a chime when claiming. They're not the only one. I do not want sound. When I have mini apping, I have sound off. Many apps do this. I'd like a Farcaster app control over this if I can get it. And that same thing kind of happens with video as well sometimes. If you have been playing video, then it continues to play video and it gets a little crazy. So I agree. I think there was somebody had co-casted a reason and I lost it, I think. Do you know what the technical, is there a way to get this to happen? Like ours defaults to sound off, correct?
Yeah, I actually don't know the answer. And to be honest, like for the autoplay default, some of them are device specific settings.
Oh.
So you can, as a developer, specify whether you want a video to autoplay, for instance, or to be on mute. But then some browsers or clients will say, even if you have, like, if you have autoplay, I don't care what your mute setting is, we're going to mute it.
Oh, okay.
Others don't. So I actually don't know that much.
Don't know that there's an answer. Yeah. Okay. So it may not be something that Farcaster can even control, is what you mean?
But yes to crypto wanting to mute everything, very boomer coded. You know, the kids these days, they just walk around with sound everywhere. They're not trying to be polite.
I mean, I agree with the man. I agree with him.
Wait, like, so do I.
Yeah, if I want my sound off, I want my sound off
at all times.
Yeah. Like I don't necessarily want, things blasting out. So anyway, good to know. Good to know. This from Lawrence here. Should Farcaster mini apps include a user review system? You had thoughts on this?
Complex thoughts. My answer is yes. Yes, they should.
I'm like, there were complex thoughts? I thought I just said yes.
Also, I can't believe we haven't discussed this yet. Like, I'm surprised more people haven't suggested this, but it's like, I saw this yesterday and I was like, oh, it's so obvious. Yes, there should be a review system and a way to quickly upvote, downvote, whatever. But
well, I think one argument to be made is that there is a trending leaderboard, and essentially that's your reviews. Because if people are opening them a lot, maybe they're good. I think that's just throwing that out there as an argument.
Okay,
but also not necessarily true. Yeah.
Yes, and the trending heavily favors obviously opens. So
right.
Opens and on-chain transactions.
Right.
So not to make it about me all the time, but our app, we go live 3 times a week. So are people opening our app every day? Probably not. Probably when we go live, you'll open maybe to catch recordings,
get a notification
or clips. Right. And mostly on-chain, people are minting episodes and we appreciate that, but it's not heavy on-chain. So, but I know all of them would love to give us 5 stars. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. That's true. Okay. Good point. So, and there was a question here, Nanar, do you have a user review system for mini apps or the developers creating them? And we don't, just so you know. So that's not an option. But yeah, I do think that's a good idea. So let's go. We need Google reviews for this. Okay, now let's move into the Shaw Makes Magic. We saw that he had got a little boost on the leaderboard because he had posted that now Eliza OS will be sort of Farcaster first, building on Farcaster. And the Farcaster team, I assume this is Linda. Yeah, Linda will be doing an AMA on this, hosting a live stream with Shaw Makes Magic, the founder of Eliza Labs, on Thursday, September 4th. So that's tomorrow at 12 p.m. PT. So that is 3 p.m. ET. I almost went the other direction, about Eliza OS agents and the move to Farcaster. So for those who have maybe not been following along, this team they had some challenges on Twitter. So they've been banned on Twitter. I'm still not fully, I don't think I know the full story as to why. And it might be that there isn't a known why, because sometimes Twitter just does stuff like that. So, decentralization for the win.
Shaw wrote it. He did write a long thread, I think, about
oh, he did.
happened.
Okay, I just missed
He's
it.
also suing Twitter.
He's suing Twitter,
aka X. But
yes.
So there's a lot more details in that post. But
yeah, so suing Twitter. There was a legal fund token. Have no idea if it was directly related or if it was just somebody taking advantage of the meta. I don't know. But what they're now talking about is that this is going to be the place where they're going to be building, where agents persist. Hold on.
As they should.
Yes.
In some ways I was joking, or kind of laughing that it's like, we're choosing Farcaster. Well, yeah, you have to choose Farcaster because you got kicked off of X, but also that's why Farcaster why Farcaster exists, and that's why it's important, and that's why more people should. So I think it's fantastic.
Okay, and this has also been the AI 16Z crew as well. Okay, so there's been a certain aesthetic. I'm going to use it. I'm going to say that because I'm trying to choose my words carefully. That this team has decided to lean into. It's very, I would refer to it as anime porn, if you will. That is the aesthetic. So in this particular image, they did tone that down a bit. They went more Lara Croft than anime porn. So appreciate that slight adjustment, but there were suggestions by others. So this was, is it going back? I'm trying to get back to Justin's. There you go.
This is where we came from.
That's where we came from. Yeah, that's where we came from. And then of course, Justin picked up on the Lara Croft as well. But Adrian, personally, I liked your edit. I think this is perfect. I mean, I think they should really consider making a switch, reaching out to Channing. I think it could work. I think it could work. We're missing a whole market. Is what I'm saying. We're just saying.
Welcome to Farcaster, Channing. Magic Mike. We'll take you.
I'm just saying there's an opportunity here.
That's right.
To do something different that hasn't been done before. All right. We've got a couple more things. Let me get these open before our French come in. Next one. I've got a few things. I'm still playing with links to try and get these to work a little better for us and not cause us some lag, but I'm failing miserably. So if I keep things closed, and it just takes a while to open them up, but if I don't, then they just drain my energy. Okay. So I didn't see this, and I still haven't had a chance to really watch it, but did you watch this video?
I think I know what you're pulling up, and I did.
Good. Pick your client, own your audience, build without needing permission. That's decentralized social. Was this from a while ago?
No, I don't think it is, because they said something that made it sound very recent.
Okay. because I haven't seen this. And why build? So I'm not going to play it, so you guys can go check this out.
I guess they're talking about the base app, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's relating to the base app. And why would you, why have a protocol to build upon and things like that. So, but very cool. Cool to see this. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but go give it a watch, learn more. Also, we had Jesse. Jesse's locking in, by the way. I don't know if you knew. Everybody's locking in. So this is from Jesse, back from Recharge. Top of mind for me, coming back from Recharge. Ignore the noise. Stay focused. Keep building. So build and share in the open. Post in base demos. I'm assuming that's a Slack channel, as well as on base app and X. Leverage AI and share your wins. Post it in AI wins. Ignore the noise. Stay focused. Keep building. I think that part is very relevant to us all. And then this was interesting. I was surprised to see this, but it was very interesting. So this is Jeff had posted this on Farcaster because it was not posted on Farcaster.
It is now.
Our base app. It wasn't early. Oh, it is now?
He did end up posting, but X eats first, apparently.
So I was surprised. So I didn't find it at first, and I didn't go look again. I did look for it. I didn't see it, so I pivoted. So this is from Jeff, Base's head of product, Tom.base.eth is stepping away from his role. Worth noting, he shared on X, not on FC. And I agree, worth noting. And then he went on to say, good morning to all Base builders. I have some bittersweet news to share today. I'm stepping away from my role as head of product for Base. It's been an incredible run. So he goes on to talk about having some, it seems like different perspectives on what the direction the Base is going. I don't, that's how I took it. I'm not sure if that's what was intended, but that's how I took it. Did you get the similar feel? Or
I did too, but it's also doesn't actually, it kind of alludes to some things. But then I just had this thought of, when you give like your heart and soul to a company and a team and you're kind of like all in, sometimes like the exit can feel emotional and you kind of like blow things up that aren't really there. Like things are made out to be a bigger deal. So unless you're telling me why you have a different opinion or what you don't like, I don't know. It felt like, I don't know. There's no facts.
I know. I think we're just missing. We're missing some context, which of course we're not going to know everything. It felt like, it felt a little bit like he just wasn't vibing as much with like the coining aspects of it and things like that. But I could be wrong. But I'm also curious to see where he ends up. I think that will help to fill out some of this. Maybe give us a little bit more information, because it could just be better opportunity. You know what I mean? It could just be as simple as that.
Right.
We have a couple more quick things we're going to just dive into really fast, and then we're going to bring up our friends to chat about DevConnect. Very exciting, but there were a couple more things on the timeline that I wanted to just shout out. This was from Tayab. Excited to announce what we've been working on. Galaxy becomes the first public company to tokenize their shares. So this was posted over on Twitter as well. A historic first, we partnered with Superstate Funds to allow stockholders to tokenize and hold Galaxy shares on chain. So this is not its own token, like it's a token, but it's representing actual stock. This milestone marks the first time a public company has tokenized its SEC registered equity directly on a major blockchain, effective immediately. So that's amazing to see. And Tayab is part of that team now that was working on this. And it was funny because right after this in my algo was Tayab, and then followed by Garrett posting about this, but not realizing that Tayab was working on it. It was kind of funny. So connected those dots. This from Talent, Base Builder rewards are rolling again. August 18th to 24th rewards went out yesterday evening. August 25th to 31 distribution is coming today. They had some issues in how things were being tracked. So they kind of took a pause to fix some things, and now they are back. So if you're looking for that, go check that out. And you can go to Talent, at Talent to learn more. This from, Arbitrum. Epoch 6 has wrapped up, announcing the top 5 Arbitrum mini apps for August 25th to 31st. So we have Arbox, Send It, OK Arbitrum, Dice Jackpot, 2048 on Arbitrum, and Flapitrum. I think that's like a Flappy Bird one. Winners can expect to receive a DM on us to how to receive their share of the $2,500 grant. So cast your favorite Arbitrum mini apps in the comments below. So if you have a Arbitrum mini app that you've been working on, or you have one that you use that you really like, let them know, because they're looking to reward those builders. Quick thing, POAP's birthday is arriving soon. I was just testing out with Gabo a mini app for collecting POAPs, so probably be playing around with that very soon in honor of the birthday that is coming up next week. So POAP birthday arriving soon, collector POAP and raffle. To commemorate the special occasion, we've crafted a unique POAP anniversary POAP. You can mint it via Airship using the link below to collect a piece of POAP history and enter the raffle for USDC and swag. So go check that out. That was from Gabo of POAP Studios. And then we have this from Cardno of the POAP team, 4 years of POAP. POAP Inc. turns 4 on September 9th, and we've issued a commemorative collectible you can mint for $2 USDC. All funds raised will be raffled off to a random minter using POAP.fun. So very cool. I got to go grab that one. Hey, Cardno. How are you? And this from Brad Q made me very choked up. I'll explain why in a moment. And I need to do something similar because I have many eras of POAP that I have like probably almost 800 POAPs now, which, you know, in comparison, I'm sure there's people with a lot more, but mine are very cool and they're mine. So I'll be sharing some of those soon, but I love this from Brad Q. Happy 4 years of POAP to all who celebrate. Thank you, Worthalter. Here are some favorites, all from Noun O'Clock Live. Number 1, Boxy 472, when Ugly Dow bought it. Shout out Toady Hawk, Nounish Prof, and the gang. Number 2, Da Bomb by Super Tight Woody with a song he created attached, and Lobster by Greta Gremplin. So these were all from Noun O'Clock, and this was the first noun I ever owned a part of, was the box 472. So that was a big deal. Also, the song that we use for our theme song was originally a POAP. That's how it started. I know. I have to like write that all up so people know the lore, because it's pretty cool. And it's very similar to this one with the bomb, except it's a flamingo and it has a song that goes with it. So that was written by Super Tight Woody. Exactly. One last thing, in case you're wondering, Farcaster is now a thing. So
quote cast your Farcats.
Cast your Farcats, apparently, is a thing that we're doing now. I don't know, but there's a lot of cats on my timeline now, and I blame Erica. I'm sure if I keep going, somewhere in here there is Pear. I don't know, or maybe it was Trisel. Maybe Trisel started it. I'm not sure. But yes, so that's it for that. And anything else before we bring up our guests?
I'll just say I'm really happy we're in the POAP era where we no longer have to ask if it's pronounced Pope or POAP.
Yeah, it's POAP.
That's all. We can move on.
All right, let's bring up Nathan and Chaskin, adding you guys to the stage. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here. You can see that Adrian and I split up the background here, so we have the whole thing. So we can make sure we had the whole thing. Welcome.
Nathan, you got to join us. You got to join us in this beautiful, ethereal, magical vision that I don't know who made it, but it's beautiful.
It is lovely. Whoever designed it, I'm not sure. Shout out to the artist who created the DevConnect banner. It's lovely. It's lovely. So how are you guys doing today, GM?
GM, I'm great. Thank you for having me on. It gets more exciting every day as DevConnect approaches. I posted on Farcaster and Twitter a couple days ago that I've never seen like every corner of like Ethereum so excited for an event, myself included. And so I'm having conversations with people from like every quarter. And that specific tweet was with someone who is, I'll say like a famous Anon on Twitter. And he said like all of his more like Anon friends, they have like a group chat of maybe, I think 300 of them. And the largest percentage of that group chat is going to an event that like he can remember in the past 4 years.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm so excited for it.
That sounds very punk coded, by the way. I don't know. Anons on Twitter, to me, I immediately see some punk like in a hoodie. And that's what makes me, that's what I'm assuming. That it's one of the crypto punk chats. They're all coming. I love to hear that. So let's start from sort of like ground zero for those who may not know. What is DevConnect? Give us a little bit of the history and tell us a little bit about how this came about.
Nathan, I think you're on mute, or can I just not hear him?
I don't hear him yet, but
you hear me okay now?
Are you there? Now we can hear you.
Now.
Okay, great. So first of all, regarding DevConnect, I think you need to forget everything you ever known about DevConnect. It's going to be a very, very different event from any event that we've organized. So yeah, in many different ways. The main difference is that like we used to do a co-work for DevConnect, and then a lot of events all around the city will happen. Now, like we will have a big venue, very central to the city, in La Rural, Palermo, very fancy or up and coming district of Buenos Aires. And inside that venue, a lot of things will happen. So we still have a co-work, but it's even became like a tiny part of all the things we'll do. There will be more than 25 events happening inside the venue throughout the week.
Wow.
Among them, big events that we organize ourselves. So on the November 17th, mark your calendar, it will be a big Ethereum day on that day as a big kickoff session for the whole week, mainly led by EF. And then we do another day more specific to Argentina called ETHCon, and that will be a massive day for LATAM and people from Argentina, mainly Spanish, and then a lot of other more specialized events that we don't necessarily organize ourselves, but that will happen inside the main venue. And then a big novelty for this year is what we call the Ethereum World's Fair, and it's a world's first, I believe, and we will have a big focus on application. So we want this event generally to be focused on application. So the programming will reflect that a little bit. So all the events, most of the events happening inside the venue will reflect that as well. But what we want to build is an experience for attendees to try out Ethereum in real life and hopefully inspire people that will come to the event by trying and touching Ethereum in real life, experimenting with payments and all the applications of the Ethereum space. So you will see games, you will see privacy applications, and many other things. Layer 2 will have a big presence. But anyway, so all this is included within what we call DevConnect, which is the big building and all the things we organize inside this building. And on top of that, there will be probably a few hundred of events across the city, and that we are not involved with. But yeah, we have a calendar. We just released a calendar, by the way. Happy to share that. So we will start releasing more and more events there. And yeah, that's the TLDR about DevConnect. And again, very different from past events, and probably a bit of a hybrid model between what you've seen at DevCon and what you've seen at previous DevConnects with this World's Fair, which is brand new. And you have in the website that you're showing, thanks for that, you have a calendar section where you can see some of the events that will happen inside La Rural, the main building I've mentioned. And yeah, view calendar, and then you'll see some of the events that we list
Wow.
Yes. So
yeah, it's going to be a
need
lot.
The tickets, DevConnect ticket to access like all of these. Some of them require additional registration. Those are community calendar. I mean, events happening across the city, not at the main venue.
So then so we have the DevConnect.
So yeah, plenty
schedule,
of
and then
things happening, and then on top of that, we're doing a lot of ecosystem development. So this is, I would say, something that differentiates DevCon and DevConnect from all the other events is the time we spend on the ground creating connections, and with the goal of creating a long-lasting impact after we leave. The goal is for DevCon and DevConnect to be, let's say, the climax of many months and sometimes years of efforts in that case. So only the climax and not the beginning of or the end. Just to start like a new, fresh starting point for the community to rise even more and create connections, make the local community shine, but also import the worldwide community into Argentina and create connections by with hires, investments, connections to applications, project companies. So yeah, many things happening, and we're quite excited about it.
So I know that Farcaster is actually going to have a booth there as well. So that's exciting. And they'll have a space there. And Adrian's going to be helping out in that booth space. So that's going to be fun. So what are you most excited about? And that can be for both of you. Nathan and Chaskin.
I can kick that off.
What are you most excited about when you're thinking about DevConnect?
Yeah, for me, it's the World Fair. I'm so excited for it. Oh, bye, Nathan.
Oh no, we lost Nathan.
Hopefully he will rejoin. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's unquestionably the World Fair. We've never done anything like this in the past with regards to, and I love the World Fair concept as an idea of like the previous World Fairs where they were like all over the world and you just like saw the crazy technology that humans can invent back, I don't know when the World Fair was, maybe like 100 years ago. And now we're doing something similar with Ethereum applications because it's such an exciting time in the Ethereum's journey where there's still more work to do in the infrastructure, but the infrastructure is at the point where you can like build an application that like can either benefit people around the world or brings joy to people around the world. And I'm so excited to show them off. And so it's been really fun to work with Nathan to kind of talking to apps, seeing if they're interested, and like being able to show off all the ones from across all the different sectors like DeFi, gaming, privacy, like you mentioned, Farcaster, obviously. I'm so excited to like experience all these apps that I use like on the daily and just being able to walk around and show the rest of the world. Like I'm really excited to see locals that just kind of show up and it's maybe their first time ever experiencing Ethereum apps and seeing how they react to all these new kind of applications that are out there.
Are you expecting that? Or are you expecting it to be mostly folks from, Nathan updated his background. This is where he was. He was updating the background, making it pretty so we all match. Are you expecting it to be mostly those who currently are in the Ethereum ecosystem, or do you think there will be a lot coming from the outside just to kind of check things out?
So it will be a mix of both actually. I think the usual suspects will still come to DevConnect. I think we have a solid, let's say, attendee base of attendees around the world that always, never miss a DevConnect. We do expect that rate to drop a little, and actually we hope that there will be many more newcomers. We put a lot of effort in reaching out to locals in Argentina, and also in Latam, talking to universities and various groups that hopefully never been to DevConnect. Also, sometimes for due to location or the fact that when we went to Asia to Bangkok or Istanbul, it was probably a bit far from many, and so even that reason alone would hopefully make a lot of locals come. So we hopefully more newcomers will come. We expect a lot of Spanish speakers also. So we do a lot of effort again to bring them on the ground, and so hopefully more newcomers this time.
Great. Adrian, this is going to be your first time going, correct?
Yeah, first time, and I can't wait. Nathan, can you explain, just for people who may not know, the difference between DevCon and DevConnect? And I know this DevConnect is even, like you said, different than past ones.
So I would say the big difference is that DevCon, you can see DevCon as a classic conference style event where we have 7 stages in parallel and we do all of it. We curate the programming ourselves, we being the EF and the DevCon team. This time is a bit different in the sense that we still have the building and we organize most things, but the programming is led by 30 plus teams doing their own events as part of the main building. And so the organization, the programming is much more decentralized in that sense. So yeah, that would be the main difference. Side note is that we think that the difference between DevCon and DevConnect are getting more blurred moving forward. And we do see some, let's say, merge to happen in the coming years. It's already kind of happening. And we're thinking about the different brands, how we should play this out. Like we are using the DevCon handle on X, for example, to tweet about DevConnect. And so there are some moving things that also are happening already. But yeah, so we do expect the brands to merge moving forward.
We love our merges in Ethereum.
We love merges. Merging is always good. That's funny. So, okay.
And how many tickets do you expect to sell? How many people do you expect to come? For people who are just learning about it, is it too late to get a ticket and book travel? Should they be doing it now? When is it too late?
You should book travels and get your ticket. It's not too late at all. We expect, we are confident having more than 10,000 attendees, and we will see in the final weeks or so, the number is going up a little bit. I think on the ground, at one time we will have, we will have more than 10,000 for sure. I mean, even for ep285, which is happening on November 18, we just had some confirmation regarding universities sending thousands of students coming to the event. So, I mean, in total, like 1% attending the event, we will see 10 to 15,000 people for sure. Then, yeah, how many tickets we sell is probably another story. But yeah, between 10 and 15 are quite, good numbers.
For students and maybe folks who are, may not be able to afford to come, are there any scholarship opportunities for attending?
Yes. So we have heavy discounts for locals. If you're from Argentina, but you have you only pay $20, you have to prove your identity using ZK. By the way, this is some cool tech implemented on the
Love it.
On the website. And we have also heavy discounts for students. On top of that, we had a scholarship program where we invited we did a selection of based on a few hundred applicants. We selected, I think it's about 40 students across the globe to come and attend DevConnect as part of a very selective cohort. So we have all these different initiatives.
Amazing. Okay, so what did we miss? What did we not talk about that people should know about for DevConnect coming up?
Good question.
Or any calls to action, anything you need help with that folks can dig into.
Book your ticket. Book your ticket.
Book your ticket.
There are plenty of things happening. Maybe we haven't talked about the community hubs. Those are generally very interesting as part of the main venue as well. So those are being selected as we speak. So it's not so much a matter of applying to new ones. But yeah, community hubs are.
What are the community hubs? It just says run by the community for the community, but what does that mean? Is it like a particular space? Is it programming? Like, what does that actually mean?
So those are spaces run by the community as part of the main venue, where around certain topics, you'll have groups of people, experts generally, gathering around a topic, let's say privacy or like node staking or things like that. And they will organize programming during 6 days, and they'll do it pretty independently by themselves inside the venue. And this is on top of events. This is also like, we'll have probably 15 of them happening, and we are currently in the process of voting. But like all the applications are live, and so if, for example, you're interested in participating, or if your group or yourself would be interested in participating into one of them, then feel free to drop your name or offer your help in the in the forum. And yeah, happy to put a name, put a word for you. But yeah, those are generally very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Cardno in there saying the community hubs are always one of the highlights of DevCon, DevConnect, which is great to hear. And you asked that question already. I was like, do we have another question here? You got it already.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get this question, which was, I was asking if it was just for attendees, but are there still booths?
Are there still booth space for if anyone wants to like get a booth space at the event?
Okay. Yeah, this is something I briefly touched on, but indeed a very interesting aspect of what we do is the World's Fair again. We will feature apps, and the way we feature apps is we have a supporters program where application can apply to get featured. We generally take the best applications also in terms of production proposals. So the idea would be for applications to apply and propose the best way for them to be showcased in a creative and tangible way on the ground. So we favor UX friendliness, user friendliness, and also like if you have a good app in production with a cool way to be showcased on the ground again, then we'd love to talk to you. It is well advanced. We've talked to many apps in the ecosystem already, but it's not closed yet. So again, like if you have a very cool app to showcase, or you know someone with a very cool app to showcase, please reach out. Happy to share the form that we have, and we'll be in touch. So this is a way for your project or your app to get a space. Again, via the supporter program that we have, apps will pay to get a space. It's also a good way to incentivize them to be on the ground and commit to the space they have, and ultimately contribute to the Ethereum Foundation and Ethereum ecosystem as well. So this is a great way to contribute if you have it not already.
Great, that's awesome. So we'll share that around as well in case there's anybody out here who hasn't had a chance to apply or wasn't aware. Fantastic. Adrian, anything else?
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Chaskin.
Yeah. So one thing I'm excited about for the World Fair aspect is I'm not sure if there's ever been a time where we've brought together all different corners of the Ethereum ecosystem. Well, even beyond the World Fair, all of DevConnect, like we will for this one, and in specifically for the apps. I think one thing that's interesting that's happening that not a lot of people kind of realize if you're just like within your little niche is there's other kind of communities out there that are just doing their own thing, and they kind of don't know about the other communities, and we're going to bring them all together. One story I like to tell, kind of to hammer this point home, was I was learning about on-chain gaming at the beginning of the year, and I came across this framework called Dojo that's like a very great kind of, I think it's like an SDK or software for like building on-chain gaming, and it's very popular in the Starknet ecosystem. And there's all these like very cool different like kind of games from like RPG to MMO. And they had a meetup not too far from my apartment that I saw on Twitter. I'm like, oh, interesting. Like I'll try to learn more about the gaming ecosystem. Like I'm sure it's somewhat similar to the other crypto meetups. And I go to what looks like a esports kind of like tournament where it's all these flashing TVs and rainbow keyboards, and everyone's just like heads down gaming. And my first reaction was like, whoa, I had no idea this community of Ethereum even existed. And then secondly, I'm like, I don't even want to bother these people. Like they're having so much fun gaming. They kind of don't want this like Ethereum Foundation nerd to be like, hey, can you like show me what's happening or teach me how to play? I was just happy that it existed, and I left, and it was just like so cool. And I'm sure there's other communities like that too. Like even you guys, like I'm sure there's people that don't kind of know about the small niche of Farcaster, and it's going to be so fun to bring everybody together. And so everyone can see in one space all the different corners of Ethereum.
It's so funny because every time I see a post about where are the apps on Ethereum, I'm like, they're on Farcaster. We've got a jillion of them. Like literally, there's a jillion apps at this point that are all built on Ethereum, via either Base or Optimism or Arbitrum or whatever. And they're all like you can find all of them within Farcaster, and it's kind of pretty cool. But there's a lot of people who don't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have good suggestions for apps to be showcased, so Base will probably have a space, also maybe Farcaster even, but we're interested also in featuring more unknown apps. If you're open source, then bonus points. If you're come from Argentina, then bonus points as well. So if you know some cool applications that you see in Farcaster that would benefit from having more exposure and also be very cool to showcase on the ground, let us know. You have my contact. Please do so. I also share privately the supporters forum. Please feel free to circulate that forum around. We'd love to have more Farcaster apps, but not only all the apps, right?
I love it. I love it. I love to see it. I think it's going to be amazing. I think I'm getting a little bit of FOMO right now, but I won't be there. Adrian's going to be repping GM Farcaster, and she'll be hanging in the Farcaster booth a little bit too for helping out there. So, yeah, definitely. She'll be around, and she's going to be walking around and sending back some video and stuff like that from the space so we can see what's going on. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you to go, Adrian. I'm so excited. I know it's going to be.
And
so
I
fun.
think also to Chaskin's point, it's like, I know my corner. Like when you hang out, and by the way, it's like, even in this tiny corner, it's like, you know, the smallest fraction of what's happening and what people are building. So for you guys at the EF, I can't even imagine like how you're able to get a sense of everything that's being built and how you kind of parse it. And obviously with the internet, like you can learn anything and you have access to anything, but there's something about being in like physically located with people in a physical location at the same time that I'm just like so excited to go and explore.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be great. Chaskin, also, I wanted really quick to ask you about, you were at World of Apps recently in New York for ETH Global or ETH NYC. I forget which it was. I think it was both. So how was that? And what else did you come across other new things that you maybe weren't familiar with?
Yeah, no, it went really well. First, I just want to say thank you to Nouns. The event would not have happened without Nouns DAO. It was so fun to partner with Benjamin. Yes. I'm actually
from Nouns Town. This is a Nouns Town shirt from Benjamin
with some noggles. Yeah, Benjamin's awesome. I'm so excited. I had such a great time working with him. He like really makes these events like feel kind of more culturally special. And that's one reason why I wanted to partner with him in the first place. When Ethereum New York kind of was announced, I noticed there wasn't an event for apps, which at this stage in Ethereum's life cycle seems like a shame to me. And so I reached out to Benjamin because I went to his House of Nouns event during FarCon. And I said, I just love the environment that you put on where there's artists and you can draw and there's even a place to play Smash Bros. And it just like feels like culturally fun. And I go, what if we combine forces to get your side of like the cultural aspect, and I could bring kind of the apps together and we could showcase some of the apps what Ethereum has to offer. There were 13 demos, which sounds like a lot, but compared to what's going to be at DevConnect is just a small amount. But it was a fraction. Yeah, it was so fun to show off some different apps from all corners of the community. And it was one of the first times that we've had like an event like that. So the app builders were just over the moon to have a chance to like get together and celebrate their success. And even the venue itself was an app, which I found really fun. It was hosted at Super Rare's Art Gallery in New York.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think the post reaction, everyone was very happy with it. I was very happy with it. And stay tuned. There may be a World of Apps Part 2 in Buenos Aires. We'll see.
Cool. Well, that might answer Chomfik's question. Can DAOs have a booth without featuring an app? And I think it's looking to see. I'm assuming that this is coming from a Lil Nouns kind of perspective of, can we feature our stuff there too? Is my guess.
We gotta let Nathan drop and run to another call.
Yes.
Nathan, the form that you dropped in our chat, is that a public form that we can share with people?
Yes,
for supporters?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
great. Thank you, Nathan, so much for being here. We appreciate you.
So
and Chaskin, I don't know if you have to run too, if we've got a second, just to wrap up. Okay, great. Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you so much for hosting.
See you in Buenos Aires.
So yeah, just to get an idea of like what if there's opportunity for nouns or little nouns to do anything, I think that's what the question really is. It's my guess.
Well, I will say, I believe nouns will be a part of the World Fair.
Okay.
Do not quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure nouns is a part of the.
So
nouns. What is Ethereum without having nouns there? Like nouns has to be there. So I believe that
exactly.
Nouns, is a part of the World Fair.
And I'm sure we'll see a prop going up soon.
I think there actually is already one up.
Is there one up?
Rob, you're disappointing people by not going.
I just ignored it. It said proof.
Me included.
Proof is. I just don't think I can make it happen. I'll give it one more look again and one more thought, but it's probably not happening. And Adrienne will represent, and I know she will. So.
Yes, I'll be. I feel like there will be a lot of live streaming,
which that'll be fun.
Yeah,
that'll be great. I think there's a lot of creators are going. I know Humpty's going. I'm sure there's a bunch of creators who are going who'll be sharing everything from on the ground. I don't know if Naomi's going, Afro Chicks, but we should get her there somehow. EF should sponsor her to go because she creates incredible content.
She really does. I hope she'll be there.
She's worked with a couple other. I'm sure that somebody will tap in and get her there, Base or Matcha or somebody. So hopefully they'll be there. So that would be great. So I'll be watching from the sidelines is likely, but hopefully those of you who are going, make sure you connect with all the other Farcaster folks who are going. It's going to be fun. It looks like it's going to be amazing. Anything else?
At these events, there tends to be a Farcaster meetup, and they're always kind of self-organized, which I think is fun in the Farcaster way. They're always a great time to get together, the Farcaster community around the world, especially at Ethereum events.
Shout out Purple. It'll probably come from Purple, and I'm sure they'll put something together, and I'm sure they'll make that happen. I've heard of a lot of folks who are going who are from Farcaster and involved in Purple and things like that, so I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure there will be a meetup. Adrienne, you're in charge. Find the karaoke. It's on you now.
So I guess question, will there be a GM Farcaster meetup?
It's up to Adrienne.
It's very hard to do it when we're not both there.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
And I would say
combine it with Farcaster's meetup. Yeah, just make one.
Yes, if someone wants to combine forces, hit me up. But not even logistically, or like I could do it. It just feels wrong.
The guilt is getting tremendous. I'm not going. We will have another GM Farcaster karaoke brunch is planned for September though. So look for that if you're going to be there. We'll make that happen for sure. All right, that's it. Anything else, Adrienne, before we wrap?
I only want to ask Chaskin now, away from DevCon, but just going back to Farcaster, have you set your profile token?
So I saw that you can set your profile token. I need to. Now I'm debating, do I do something kind of on the more funny end of the spectrum, or obviously there's
always ETH. There's always ETH.
I'm thinking maybe wrapped ETH could be funny as like a middle ground there, but
that's what Horsefax did. His is
of course he beat me to it.
Yeah. Horsefax goes with he's repping Weth, which is
I saw a count list.
Have you two set tokens yet?
Yeah, I did. You see a countless's
no token? What is countless?
Let me see if he still has it. So his was Sepolia.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
And then I was kind of laughing that I was like, what Sepolia is that? Which one? Because there's also like I went to search and I was like, can you even set? I doubt there's an integration.
Does it have to be in the ERC20? Can I make it the 0 address?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know. Because it's not a token. The 0 address isn't a token. So probably not. Yeah. I think it has to be a token. So, but that's funny. That would be funny.
I set mine to one of my clankers that I've done.
Mine's my Nounish Prof one. Hers is more fun.
I forget when it had something to do with everyone was clanking and making too many tokens, and I just said like just oi. I just said oy vey, enough of the tokens, just stop, and then I clanked that. So now I have an oy vey token, which
Just
mostly
normal.
just means there's just stop. Too much.
I'll probably change mine up on occasion. Like I can see, if we're playing cast out, it's going to be my cast out token. If we're, when that's live, if we're, if it's December 23rd, it's going to be my Festivus clanker that I did from last year, things like that. So we'll move it around. We'll make it seasonally appropriate. But yeah, it'll be fun. So
around April Fools, I hope Greg changes his to his token that he made. I think it's April Fools, where it's only tradable during the 24 hours of April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even hear about that one. That's funny. I like that. Yeah, I'm not going to even do anything with Festivus except for December 23rd. That's the only day that it'll be relevant. So you've been warned. There's some alpha. You've got a few months. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's when I'll do it. All right. This has been so fun. I definitely have a little bit of FOMO. I'm going to try to move past it, but I'm excited for everyone who's going. I think this is going to be an amazing event. And yeah, so we will be back Friday. We're doing regular time, right? 8:30?
Regular
have a guest?
Friday.
Okay. Regular Friday, 8:30 a.m. We'll be back then. Chaskin, thank you so much for being here with us. This has been so fun. It's been so great to see you. And
of course, thank you for having me on.
We love having you here. And thanks everybody who's been watching in the chat. We appreciate you. And we will see you on Friday. And with that, everyone, bye-bye.